Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo. You're listening to Two Voices English Podcast.
Today, we're just talking. Nothing serious, nothing like a lesson.
Yeah, just one of those conversations where you suddenly realize, oh, this used to feel really awkward.
Exactly. Things that feel awkward in English at first.
And when we say awkward, we really mean awkward.
Like that feeling when you know English, but you still feel uncomfortable using it.
Especially in real conversations, not in a classroom.
Do you remember the first time you tried to joke in English?
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, I remember it very clearly.
Same. I remember thinking the joke was actually good.
That's the dangerous part, when you're confident.
Yeah, you say it, and in your head, you're already expecting people to laugh.
And then, nothing happens.
Nothing, just silence.
That silence where everyone is being polite, but nobody knows how to react.
And suddenly you start thinking, was my English wrong or was the joke bad?
Or both.
Probably both.
What makes it worse is that humor is very cultural.
Yes, something funny in your language might be completely confusing in English.
And when you're learning English, you usually translate jokes in your head.
Which almost never works.
Never. Jokes don't like translation.
I remember trying to explain the joke after.
That's when it's over.
Yeah, once you start explaining a joke, it's done.
And you feel even more awkward than before.
But honestly, I think everyone who learns a language goes through this.
100%. Even advanced learners.
Another awkward moment is silence.
Oh yes, silence in English conversations feels different.
In your own language, silence is normal. You don't panic.
But in English, silence feels like an emergency.
Exactly. Your brain starts screaming, say something, anything.
And then you say something weird.
Something that doesn't really make sense.
Or something too formal.
Like suddenly you sound like a textbook.
Yes, you go from normal conversation to, yes, I understand your point of view.
In the middle of a casual chat.
And the other person is like, okay.
Silence also makes you very aware of your accent.
True. When no one is talking, you start thinking about how you sound.
You replay your last sentence in your head.
And you think, did I say that right?
That overthinking is exhausting.
It really is, and it gets worse when you say the wrong word.
Oh yeah, saying the wrong word and immediately realizing it.
That panic feeling.
Your face gets hot.
And your brain freezes.
You start thinking, should I correct myself? Should I pretend it didn't happen?
Or should I just stop talking forever?
That option always feels tempting.
What's funny is that most native speakers don't even care.
They usually understand what you mean.
But in your head, it feels like a big mistake.
I remember once I used a word that sounded similar but meant something completely different.
Those are the worst.
The conversation continued, but I was gone mentally.
You're there, but you're not there.
Exactly. You're stuck in your head replaying that one word.
And that's another awkward thing about speaking English at first.
You're not fully present in the conversation.
You're half talking, half judging yourself.
And that makes everything feel harder than it should be.
But the funny part is, over time, these awkward moments slowly disappear.
Not completely, but they get quieter.
You stop panicking so much.
You stop caring about being perfect.
And you realize everyone makes mistakes.
Even native speakers.
Especially native speakers.
And once you accept that, conversations start feeling lighter.
Less pressure, more flow.
It doesn't happen suddenly.
It's gradual, one conversation at a time.
One awkward moment at a time.
And somehow those awkward moments become memories you laugh about later.
By the way, if you're enjoying this kind of conversation,
and these moments feel familiar to you,
you might want to stick around.
we talk about these experiences a lot here.
So feel free to subscribe and join us.
No pressure, just if it feels right.
You know what else feels really awkward at first?
Let me guess. Thinking in English?
Exactly, or trying to.
That moment when your brain just stops.
Yes, someone asks you a simple question and suddenly everything goes quiet in your head.
You know the answer, you know it.
But the words don't come out.
They're stuck somewhere,
It feels like your brain is loading.
like a slow internet connection.
And while you're thinking, the other person is just waiting.
Smiling politely.
That smile makes it worse.
It really does, because now you feel the pressure.
And instead of thinking faster, you think slower.
Way slower.
I remember translating everything in my head.
Same. First my language, then English.
By the time I was ready to speak, the conversation had already moved on.
Yeah, the moment is gone.
And you're left thinking, I could have said that.
That happens a lot at first.
Another awkward feeling is asking yourself, do I sound stupid right now?
Oh, wow. Yes, that thought comes up all the time.
Even when you're saying something normal.
You start judging your own sentences,
Your accent, your word choice,
your grammar,
your pronunciation.
everything at the same time.
And because you're thinking about all that, you stop listening.
That's a big one. You're talking, but you're not really present.
You miss parts of what the other person is saying.
Then they respond and you're like, wait, what?
And you panic again,
It becomes a cycle.
especially when you're talking to native speakers,
That's a whole different level of awkward.
because they speak faster.
And they don't simplify everything for you.
They use expressions you've never heard before.
And you're trying to keep up.
Sometimes you just nod.
Yeah, the classic nod.
You're like, yes, I understand.
But deep inside, you don't.
Not really.
And then they ask a follow-up question.
That's when it gets dangerous.
Because now you have to respond.
And you're not even sure what you're responding to.
So you say something very general.
Something safe.
Like, yeah, I think so.
Or that's true.
Those sentences save lives.
They really do.
Another awkward thing is interrupting.
Yes, knowing when to speak.
In your own language, you feel it naturally.
But in English, you're not sure.
You don't want to interrupt.
So you wait.
And wait.
And then the moment passes again.
Conversation timing is very tricky.
And no one teaches that in textbooks.
They teach vocabulary and grammar,
But not rhythm.
not flow.
And flow is everything in conversation.
Once you start feeling the flow, things change.
You stop translating.
You start reacting.
You don't aim for perfect sentences.
You aim for connection,
And that's when English starts feeling less awkward.
more human.
But until then, those awkward moments are part of the process.
Everyone goes through them.
No exceptions.
And honestly, that's kind of comforting.
It is, because it means you're not doing something wrong.
You're just learning.
And learning is always a little awkward at first.
Sometimes very awkward.
There's another awkward feeling that doesn't get talked about enough.
The one where you don't feel like yourself?
Yes, exactly that.
It's such a strange feeling.
You're speaking English, but it doesn't feel like you.
You feel quieter,
Less expressive.
almost like a different version of yourself.
I remember thinking, I'm more interesting than this.
Same. In my own language, I'm more relaxed.
I joke more.
I interrupt more.
I react faster.
But in English, everything feels slower.
More controlled.
You choose your words carefully.
Sometimes too carefully.
And because of that, your personality feels smaller.
It's not that you don't have thoughts,
You have too many thoughts.
but you can't express them the way you want.
So you simplify yourself.
Short answers.
Safe answers.
And people might think you're shy
Or quiet.
or not interested.
When in reality, you're just translating in your head.
And that's exhausting.
It really is.
Another awkward moment is when your humor disappears.
Yes, you know you're funny.
But in English, the timing feels off.
The words don't land the same way.
Sarcasm becomes dangerous
Very dangerous.
because sarcasm depends so much on tone.
And if the tone is slightly wrong,
People take you seriously.
and that's awkward.
Very awkward.
So you stop trying to be funny,
You play it safe.
which makes conversations a bit boring.
For you, at least.
I remember feeling frustrated about that.
Me too. It felt unfair. Like, this is not who I am.
But then something slowly changes.
You start developing an English personality. That sounds weird, but it's true.
It's not exactly the same as your personality in your own language.
But it's still you, just a different version.
You find new ways to express yourself,
New jokes, new reactions.
new habits.
And at some point, you stop comparing.
You stop saying, I'm better in my own language.
You start saying, I'm different, and that's okay.
That's a big moment.
Because that's when English starts feeling more natural,
Less like a performance.
more like communication.
You don't try to sound smart anymore.
You try to sound real.
And people respond to that.
They relax.
The conversation flows better.
Mistakes still happen,
Of course.
but they don't shake you as much.
You don't freeze.
You don't disappear into your head.
You stay in the moment.
And that makes a huge difference.
It really does.
That's when English stops feeling like a test,
And starts feeling like a tool.
a tool to connect,
To share ideas.
to be yourself.
Even if it's a slightly different version of yourself.
You know when things start to change a little?
That moment when you stop caring, just a bit.
Yes, not completely, just enough.
Enough to breathe.
I remember realizing that mistakes didn't scare me like before.
Same. Before, one small mistake could ruin the whole conversation.
Your mood changes.
Your confidence disappears.
But then, at some point, you make a mistake.
And nothing happens.
The other person still understands you.
They still respond normally.
And you think, oh, okay.
That moment is huge.
Because you realize the world doesn't stop.
Nobody's judging you.
Nobody is taking notes.
They just want to communicate.
I remember correcting myself less.
Yes, you stop interrupting yourself.
Before, I would say something and immediately go, sorry, I mean.
All the time.
But later, I thought, they got it, it's fine.
That's such a relief.
You start trusting the conversation.
And trusting yourself.
Another thing that changes is how you react to accents.
Oh, that's true.
At first, every accent feels scary.
You're like, I won't understand this person.
But later, you relax.
You stop trying to catch every single word.
You listen for meaning instead.
And that makes listening easier.
Way easier.
I also noticed I stopped apologizing so much.
Yes, that's a big one.
Sorry, my English is not good.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Sorry.
At some point, you just stop.
You ask things normally.
Without feeling small.
And that changes how people talk to you.
They treat you more equally.
More naturally.
You're not the English learner anymore.
You're just a person speaking English.
That shift is subtle.
But powerful.
You don't wake up one day fluent.
It's more like one day you feel lighter.
Less tense.
Less afraid.
And you don't even notice when it starts.
You only notice when you look back.
And realize how stressed you used to be.
How hard you were on yourself.
That's when you know something has changed.
Not your English level.
But your relationship with English.
And not makes everything easier.
Do you remember the first time English didn't feel heavy?
Yeah, it wasn't dramatic or anything.
Exactly. Nothing special happened.
No big moment.
Just a normal conversation.
But something felt different.
You weren't tense.
You weren't planning every sentence.
You were just talking.
I remember finishing a conversation and thinking, that was easy.
And then stopping and going, wait, that was easy.
That realization hits later.
Always later.
During the conversation, you don't notice it.
Because you're present.
You're listening,
You're reacting.
not translating.
That's a big shift.
Because for so long, English feels like work,
Mental work.
constant effort.
But then one day, the effort softens.
It doesn't disappear.
But it's lighter.
You don't panic when someone speaks fast.
You don't freeze when you don't understand one word.
You just let it go.
And somehow you still understand the meaning.
That's when you realize context matters more than words.
I also noticed I started responding faster.
Yes,
Not perfectly.
but naturally.
Even simple things like yeah or exactly.
Those small reactions make conversations feel alive.
Before, I was too focused on full sentences,
Proper sentences.
correct sentences.
But real conversations aren't like that.
They're messy,
Interrupted.
incomplete.
And that's okay.
Another thing is laughter.
Oh, that's a good one.
The first time you laugh at the right moment,
Not late.
not confused.
You just get it.
That feels amazing
It really does.
because humor is connection.
And once you connect, language feels less important.
You stop focusing on how you sound,
You focus on how you feel,
comfortable,
relaxed.
human,
That's when English becomes part of your life.
not a separate thing you study.
Just another way to communicate.
And the more these moments happen,
The more you trust yourself.
you stop asking, am I good enough?
You start thinking, I can handle this.
Even if it's not perfect.
Especially because it's not perfect.
Perfection is exhausting,
Comfort is sustainable,
and comfort makes you want to talk more
which makes you better.
without trying so hard.
That's the best part.
You know what's funny?
What?
At some point, you start making mistakes and you don't even notice them anymore.
Yeah, or you notice them, but they don't matter.
Before, one mistake could stay in your head for days.
You replay it again and again.
Now it's just part of the conversation.
You say something wrong.
And you keep going.
That's a big change.
Because earlier, mistakes felt personal.
Like they said something about you,
Your intelligence,
your level.
your worth.
But later, you realize mistakes are just sounds.
They come out.
And they disappear.
I also noticed I stopped asking people to repeat themselves all the time.
Yes, because you stop trying to understand every word.
You listen for the idea.
For the direction of the conversation.
Sometimes you miss a word,
Sometimes a sentence.
but you're still there.
Still connected.
That used to scare me.
Same, missing one word felt like missing everything.
Now it feels normal.
Because it is normal.
Native speakers miss words too.
All the time.
They just don't panic about it.
That's the difference.
Another thing that changes is how you correct yourself.
Or rather, how you don't.
Before, I would stop mid-sentence,
To fix one word.
and the sentence would fall apart,
Now you finish the sentence.
even if it's not perfect.
Because the message matters more.
I also noticed I started using simpler language.
Yes, but in a good way.
Before, I tried to sound advanced,
Big words.
complex structures,
Now I choose clarity.
simple words.
Natural rhythm.
That actually makes you sound more fluent.
Way more fluent.
There's also this moment when you realize,
You're not comparing yourself anymore.
not to native speakers,
Not to other learners.
you're just speaking.
That comparison used to steal so much energy.
And confidence.
Once it's gone, conversations feel lighter.
You don't enter conversations already tired.
You enter them curious.
Open.
I also remember the first time I forgot that I was speaking English.
Oh, that's a big one.
It doesn't last long at first,
Just a few minutes.
but those minutes feel amazing.
You realize language has disappeared.
Only meaning is left.
That's when you know you're changing.
Not because your vocabulary doubled,
But because your mind relaxed.
and a relaxed mind learns faster.
That's something no one really tells you.
They talk about grammar
And pronunciation.
and vocabulary lists,
But not about comfort.
not about emotional space.
And yet, that's where real progress happens.
When English stops feeling like a performance,
And starts feeling like a habit.
habits don't need motivation.
They just exist.
And once English becomes a habit,
You stop thinking about improving.
you just live with it,
And improvement happens quietly,
in the background,
without pressure.
without fear.
That's probably the biggest shift of all.
Yeah, when fear leaves, everything changes.
It's funny how all of this changes without you really noticing.
Yeah, there's no clear line.
No moment where you say, okay, now I'm comfortable.
It just slowly becomes normal.
English stops feeling like something extra in your life,
It blends in.
like music playing in the background.
You're aware of it, but it's not distracting.
I think that's when you realize the awkwardness didn't disappear.
It just lost its power.
You still make mistakes.
You still forget words,
You still have moments where you think, that could have sounded better.
but you don't carry those moments with you anymore.
They don't follow you home.
They don't stay in your head at night.
You let them go.
And not such a quiet kind of progress.
Not the kind you post about.
Not the kind that comes with certificates.
Just something you feel.
I also noticed something else.
What?
You stop waiting for permission to speak.
Yes.
You don't ask yourself, is my English good enough for this conversation?
You just join in.
And if something comes out wrong,
It comes out wrong.
and the conversation still continues.
That's when you realize communication isn't fragile.
It doesn't break that easily.
I think beginners believe one mistake ruins everything.
But later you see how flexible language really is.
People fill in the gaps.
They help you without you even noticing.
And you do the same for them.
Because at that point, you're not a learner anymore.
You're a participant.
Part of the conversation.
I also love how your relationship with silence changes.
Oh yeah.
Silence stops feeling like danger.
It becomes normal.
Sometimes comfortable.
Sometimes thoughtful.
You don't rush to fill it.
You let it exist.
And that makes conversations feel more real.
Less forced.
Another quiet change is confidence.
But not loud confidence.
Not the kind where you dominate conversations.
It's calm.
Steady.
You trust yourself to handle whatever comes.
Even if you don't understand everything,
Even if you say something strange.
you know you'll recover.
And that trust is powerful.
Because it means English is no longer the main character.
You are.
Your ideas.
Your reactions.
Your presence.
Language becomes just a bridge.
Not an obstacle.
And once that happens,
You stop chasing fluency.
you live in it.
Imperfectly.
Comfortably.
And honestly, that's what real fluency feels like.
Not perfect sentences.
Not a perfect accent.
Just ease.
The ease to speak.
To listen.
To exist in another language.
Without fear.
Without pressure.
And maybe that's the part no one talks about enough.
That English doesn't suddenly become easy.
It becomes familiar.
And familiarity is what makes everything else possible.
Yeah, when something feels familiar,
It feels like it belongs to you.
and that's when English stops being a language you are learning
And starts being a language you use.
every day
In small moments.
in normal conversations.
Just like this one.